Okay, yo, we are back with another weekday stream of me never becoming a completely professional caster in AoE 2 because I'm just doing this to roast my friends who play AoE, watch some banger games, make some mistakes along the way, and not only that, but watch people make mistakes along the way and absolutely throw away their lives playing this game. Today, the reason I'm watching this game specifically is because I was told, and I have no idea if it's true, I guess we'll find out, I was told that this game is a certified S-tier banger. I have no idea if that's true or not, but I suppose that, we'll see as the game progresses. A player that we have absolutely never cast before on this channel, on the right-hand side of the map at the 5 o'clock position is Revisioner, also playing a team that he has never played before, the Mongols. And on the left-hand side, we have Dr. Housed. That's a play on a lot of themes and a lot of words, but I really like that. Dr. Housed at the 10 o'clock position, playing as, you guessed it, the Mongols. Presumably on Mega Random. This is the second time that I've actually casted a Mega Random that has a monastery on the map, a starting monastery, which is nice for civilizations who actually want to go up to Imperial, because I suppose that means you have one less building that you have to create. And let's take just a quick look-see around this map, which I've never seen on Mega Random. I suppose a kind of interesting thing about this map is that, like, a little bonus for chopping through the back, if you want to, is that you get access to a little bit of fishy out here. Not too much. 225 on these big boys. Might be a bit more efficient to put the dock on the outside, but what does it matter? And then, pretty good resources around the middle. So it's kind of like maybe like a coastal map, except you got to chop through the wood with not that much fish on the outside, but, maybe at the end of the game you lay some fish traps and, yeah. Really, really sparse wood, though, all across the map. There's just, like, no really thick line of wood, which is annoying because you constantly, even if you're going to the back, you kind of have to move the wood camp a lot to keep on, getting more wood. So I'm guessing that means if this game goes the distance, mind you, it's an open map, that wood is going to become an issue. Interesting thing coming in from Revisioner, as he does not have a second building. Is that right? No, he just clicks up to feudal right now. Quite late to that. Really didn't notice that he had like over 500 feet at that point. But this map does have a lot of food. Revisioner coming in here and pushing some deer. Looks like the scout player breaking it up a little bit. Revisioner taking to the low ground. Love to see that. But looks like that scout was actually weak from a previous interaction. That's not good. Is it going to run into the TC and go down? Is the orange player... Oh, he's... Oh, no. Oh, yes! We're going. No, he's coming back. He's styling. He's bobbing and weaving. That was interesting. One scout goes down, but good thing that orange has going on for them. They are in feudal. And Revisioner Boy is still 50 seconds away. Double bit axe is coming in from the orange player immediately. As we see... the scout open up, which is, good because, it is an open map. Orange coming back over here scouting, being annoying, catches the barracks. Probably not a big deal. Let's actually go over to Orange's view to see what is he looking at here on Revisioner's base. He's, a few, doesn't have a vision yet on the lumber camp over here, but, not a huge deal as the Tiger decides to attack the Spearman, who toughs it out with about 50% HP left. Revisioner doing something a little bit unexpected and housing tip to tip. And I think that our orange player is going to catch this and probably going to try to stop it as we see some scouts come in. Going to fight up against a Spearman. Interesting strategy. Does go down. Will not be able to right back home. And Revisioner going for an archery range, which is interesting. And Revisioner, as much as I, style and dabbed on him for going up to feudal late, he is at 22 villagers, which is nice. Orange styling, bobbing and weaving over here, trying to avoid the spears, and I wonder if orange is deciding, oh, you know, he's gonna wall up, I'm gonna wall up too. Okay, a little bit, a few obstructions going on over here. Looks like he's going straight for the mining camp, and still working on this hunt herdable animals in the back. Scouts taking more fights against the spearmen is causing some idle time, which is annoying. So good micro keeping the 2 scouts alive. Yeah, not bad. Both players have a little bit too much wood. I would like to see some farms go down. I'm wondering if either player is kind of like aware of this fish and just sending a lot of people in the back to chop. I think this particular shape for the lumber camp is definitely a lot better for chopping, but a lot going on from both players. A lot to manage was what I'm saying. I don't know what happened to Revisioner's Hunt, if he just like took it all super like quickly. But looks like Orange has the exact same idea in terms of getting some archery units out, as we see a total of 3 with 1 in the queue. Revisioner gets the win of that, gets out a skirmisher. As these scouts continue to be annoying, Orange actually picking up some really good micro as he's stopping some of these villagers from producing. Might be a good opportunity for Revisioner to consider a counterattack. So yeah, interesting game so far, a little back and forth. Both not spending, you know, a terrible amount of resources on the military. Can be a fast castle map. I think with the right micro and aggression, it can also be a slow castle map for both players. Really nice move here for Revisioner to pick up on the skirmisher. I think he might be overproducing a little bit on the skirmishers, but you know, not the worst decision in the world. I think if he totally walls this thing up, he might be able to go back and start a counterattack. As I think, yeah, total miss micro here from Orange as both the scouts go down. I think he might have to go back home and defend against his counterattack, and that's exactly what Dr. Houst is going to do. 1 more scout in the queue from Dr. Houst, maybe just to counter up against these skirmishers that are coming in. Is he going to catch some flying by? He has not, apparently, which is a bit unfortunate, but the scout should, if Dr. Houst is paying attention, and I suppose not, as Dr. Houst is going to go on the right-hand side to get some damage, lame some of these late deer, and here is the counterattack coming in from our Revisioner, but might be a bit too late as the quick wall does go down from Dr. Houst, and should be able to take out this villager maybe easily if they micro correctly. Purple player is going to come in here and panic a little bit and try to take on these units, which is like a terrible decision. It's like giving your opponent more free military units for nothing. That's a second scout that's going to go down for free. But we do see a total of 8 archers in the field, 1 in the queue for Dr. Houst, so that might be a little bit harder to deal with, but with all these skirms, there should be an appropriate response coming in from Revisioner, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Nice little palisade walls coming in over here to make sure that Revisioner does not have access to the gold. We should be able to see from Revisioner's perspective what is going down and what they see, and I imagine they are going to be able to find over here this lumber camp, which is going to be super annoying. Oh no, he stops! Does he find it? House walls coming down, emergency house walls, but these units are not going to be in range of the TC, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Dr. Houst planning a counterattack with a bunch of archers, which actually should make this fairly messy. Do have skirmishers in the front, so we'll see if Dr. Houst is able to deal with this, but you know, they also have to micro back at home. Revisioner, you know, actually should be not able to clean up too many villagers, just cost some idle time, but the villagers should be able to take out the skirmishers, you know, pretty easily. So we are going to probably see a cleanup as Dr. Houst does back off from these archers because these skirmishers are here to defend. Not a great competition to go up on, especially feudal age. You need a lot more archers than that to fight that many skirmishers. Looks like Revisioner's units are going to be annoying. They are going to go down. One interesting thing that Dr. Houst now has access to is a docky. Both players actually have access to a docky. Not quite using it yet. Do need to fix this wood line a little bit for per Revisioner, but you know, nothing bad going on there. Q slowing down for both players. As we see a counterattack coming in here from Dr. Housed. Visioner just about ready to go up to Castle, as we see our orange player also click up to Castle first. Is the market going to get denied here? That would be really annoying for Visioner if that's the case. I think we're going to need to see some emergency skirmishes over here in the queue from Visioner, because we got a lot of archers on the front. And this is a totally wide open area. You know, I personally wonder, because I see a lot of higher elo people do this, is like Palisade Gate? Why not? Like, why would that hurt? Is there anything wrong with that? Visioner getting a stable to, I assume, get those knights out as fast as possible as Visioner goes up to Castle Age. 35 villagers for our orange player compared to 39 from the teal. And has anybody built a dock yet? Yes, we have one dock going up from our orange player here. So that's some free food in the back. And Revisioner not taking the opportunity to get the dock does fix the wood line a little bit, but I think the dock would be a good choice. Not quite enough wood yet to get that up and running, so we are running a bit behind on wood from Revisioner. Archers are going to go in here on the right-hand side and look for some damage from our orange player. Let's see what they can see from their view. Probably going to kick these villagers out of stone. Revisioner backs off and also doesn't realize that a tower would be able to fix all of his problems. But who likes towers? Who needs them? Screw it. It looks like neither player is really that interested yet in getting a castle, since I don't think that either of them have mining camps up and running, and the stable over here is kind of an annoying position to actually get down on mining camps. It's a bit blocking. We'll have to see it up against the palisade here. Step Lancers in the queue for Revisioner. 2 in queue, 2 already out in the field, as Orange is thinking the exact same thing. This is like a massive mirror game of people just like thinking the exact same thing. Super, super interesting. Revisioner, I think this is like not a great situation for him, as what does he currently have on the field to defend against this? If these units are able to make it all the way to the back, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Revisioner focusing on some upgrades. Looks like if he is able to clear out these Step Lancers here, then I think he's going to be in a fine position. Nothing else is going to go wrong, because these Feudal Age archers are not going to be able to do the trick against these Step Lancers. Does kite back a little bit, tries to bait the enemy into the TC, as we see 9 Step Lancers coming in for Orange up against 2 monks, 2 camels, 2 Step Lancers for Visioner, both in the queue. Fire Galley coming out for Orange. Was that a misclick? Was that a mistake? Are they going to scorch the earth back here? That's a little weird. Where is this Fire Galley anyway? It's not even in the queue anymore. It's already out in the field. Is he just like hanging around here somewhere? I have no idea. That's really weird. Anyway, back to the action. As these Step Lancers are going to tear up this house, Revisioner should be able to call a GG just from that kind of damage coming in. This is a lot of Step Lancers. I should be a little worried about this, but I think if Revisioner has the appropriate amount of monks and can micro really well, then it should be good. But the 3 TCs compared to only 2 TCs and only 1 in construction from Orange should be a nice counter to all these military units coming in from Dr. Housed. And here is the fight as 2 monks go to the front and start trying to get the conversions in. Orange backs off, takes some licks. Military upgrades coming in for both. For stable units. As if we take a look at the economy, only problem right now, I think, Revisioner, is that he really needs to spend a little bit more wood. Maybe to give him some more military production. Second Monastery did spend a lot on these 3 TCs. I would like to see either one actually starting to get some stone for the long haul. And yes, there it is, right there. Revisioner comes in and starts collecting the 4 stone. Gonna save the stone in the back for a rainy day. Second TC coming in from our orange player. Thinking the same idea. Mining camp should be queued up and coming in directly after that, as still neither player is taking advantage of the back fish And like I said, I see a fire galley somewhere on the map, but I have like no idea where to find it. Revisions are coming over here and taking a few fights. Not sure if that army is going to be big enough, but it's going to be able to throw Dr. House a little bit on tilt. Keep him honest. Do some tests. I see some copycat behavior coming in from Dr. House as a monk is going to the front. So, not a lot to say in terms of like who has the advantage here, other than the fact that one stark difference, if you look at it, is that our player in teal has 61 villagers compared to 45 coming in from orange, which is a bit concerning as orange does lay down the third TC around the outside. And still neither player taking advantage of the fishy in the back, which would have been really, really nice to have. But I gotta say that it's really weird that Dr. Housed just got like one fire galley and a dock, and like that's it. Nothing else really going on. Revision over here gonna try to surprise their opponent by going on the left hand side of the map. Got to fix my display here to switch to Revisioner's view to see what they can see. As we got some camels coming in. And are they going to be able to find any licks? As a Castle Age attack upgrade coming in 2 seconds from Revisioner, right before they're able to get in the back. And probably not going to find too much, as this is like walled up pretty good. Orange Step Lancers ready to pounce on Teal's base, which should be pretty painful if the military production is not there. I think Revisioner might have to turn around, as these pretty easy house blocks are going to get through. They're going to get through. No, not going to get through. And the counterattack coming in from Orange. And I think that Orange should be able to clean this up. All the stone, all the monks, some of these villagers. This is bad. Revisioner definitely going to have to turn around and hightail it out of there, as no, it's the house block going to come in with the conversion and the monks. And oh my god, what a messy game. So much going on. Orange does get good licks, should be able to turn around and just save themselves from damage. As Revisioner looks like is able to take out the monks, and there is a gap that Revisioner is going to try to bust through the front. That's not really his style. You usually see a Revisioner busting in the back, as the villagers have to run for their lives back into the town center. Revisioner are going to go around the inside this time and look for some damage, as we are approaching both players being able to afford a castle very, very, very soon. Eco balance wise, Oranger a little bit too much on the gold, as we see the villager count and difference between the two players still stay in Revisioner's advantage. Some nice little fights going on over here, but not great trades for Orange, even if they are able to take this out. As I said, the camels are going to be able to have a pretty nice attack bonus as the villagers decide, I am out this bitch, and they're going to flee. They see the camels up and close. They see what Orange has for the military, and they decide to get the hell out of there. Get out of Dodge as fast as possible. Revisioner, I again state, the villager count, look at it. It's 78, 2 in the queue, compared to 48 Orange, none in the queue. So that's not good. And we also have all these camels inside the base. They're going to be able to run around and wreak all kinds of havoc, cause idle time. And Revisioner is just on the boom team. One thing that is a little derpy that Revisioner really needs to fix is, like, where is the second stable? Where is the third stable? Look at the wood over here. We're talking about 800 wood for Revisioner. Forward castle drop coming in from Revisioner any moment now. As Revisioner continues to harass the outside, cause a crap ton of idle time. Food production has gone straight to hell. We're talking about, look at this, 38 on food compared to 8. 19 now from Dr. House, so not good. I wonder if Revisioner attacking the stock back here reminded him that, you know, they need a dock. I guess not. Look at this. Now we're talking. We're talking 3 stable. Siege Workshop. Castle. Camels. This is not good. This is not good for Dr. Housed. I think that rather being in this position, I'd rather be housed than be in Dr. Housed position. The economy has gone to hell. I mean, to be perfectly honest, should we call this economy Dr. Housed economy or Argentina? I have no idea. Not even sure if Dr. House can see this forward castle being laid at the foot of their base. Well, now they do, right? Now they do. It's attacking. So that's annoying. Revisioner absolute disrespect. I mean, might as well hit the 11 on the chat. Stealing the stone. I wouldn't mind seeing a little tower coming in here from Revisioner. As maybe these Mangudai could change the balance. A tower, just a little tower right here. Wouldn't be so bad, just a little tower. I digress. But as I said, as the gold balance for our orange player finally back to normal, spending on the Mangudai, love to see that. Revisioner on the way to Imp, and can probably buy Imp at this point. Got to be careful with this Mangudai, make sure it doesn't get sniped in. I think Revisioner, all they have to do is kind of sit back and relax at this point. Maybe not overspend. Maybe just go to Imp. He says no. As 5 Scout Cavalry get queued. I would imagine. Well, you know, maybe if Orange is able to scale up enough Mangudai to take care of the situation, maybe they have a chance to counterattack, but they gotta go all the way around here, buddy. Gotta go all the way around and tear up the base. Tear up the base big league. Nice little castle coming into the front, and I think that's not gonna be amazing. As you do see, Revisioner has queued up Imperial, but unfortunately has queued it up behind something else inside the TC, which I'm guessing is a villager. Little mistake here, because you do see that Imperial is queued for Revisioner, but he also has 5 villagers in the queue at the same time, so I imagine he went to one of his home TCs and made a big ol' mistake-o on that one. On the other hand, I mean, look at Dr. House's economy. Really, really far away from Imperial, but not a lot of protection back home. This is the right choice for Dr. House, is to come back here and try to clean up as much as possible. Finally, Revisioner is going up to Imperial. I still think this should be a W for Revisioner as long as they stay cool. Just gotta bust through a little bit here with these Mangudai. Love the monks. You gotta love the panic stone walls. You gotta love that up against the Mangudai. And is Revisioner going to goof over here? Is Revisioner gonna goof? Please don't tell me that Revisioner goofs. Please don't. Please no. Please. Oh God. Oh God, no. Please no. Anything. I mean, yes, good, but bad. Oh God. Oh God, no. Revisioner! Holy mackerel. And look, Orange does not even get into position before he starts attacking. And doesn't have to, because Revisioner is not paying attention at all. We're going to see Revisioner's villager population, if they don't react, go down below 100 in a few moments. Here comes the Camel and Scout Cav, not the best composition, but Revisioner's having a bit of trouble like getting into the back. And this is going great for Dr. House, all things considered in this moment. Look at this micro. This is amazing. Revisioner really goofed on this. Look at this. He had the game in the bag. I think that if he had gone up to Imp a little bit earlier, it would have been better. As we see a third castle come down from Dr. House. So yeah, I mean, like I said, Revisioner still chilling. Not doing too bad. Gonna be up to Imperial, definitely first. And I think just barely got into Imperial before the game ended. That was an interesting game. Little goof up from Revisioner on the right-hand side. I think a little more stables earlier would have helped a lot, but, you know, good game for everybody.